welcome inside our NBA TV studios. This is Game Time presented by Kia. I'm Stephanie. Ready? In the house, we've got Greg Anthony and Channing Frye. We showed you that clip because that was Tuesday night, 37-point performance by Steph Curry when all eyes were on the two leading scorers in the NBA. He did not disappoint. I said all that to say, can he follow that up with an encore performance? What do you think? I'd say, spoiler alert.
Yeah, we like his chances.
He gets it done. Steph Curry, Darius Garland for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He starts off pretty good, guys. Greg Anthony, watch this drive.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, he's having a terrific start to the season, as is this Cavaliers team, and he is quickly becoming one of the better young guards in the league.
They go up early, 22-9. Cleveland is up. Concerned, Channing?
You know what? I wasn't. I just like the grit of this team, right? They're starting to create their own identity. They're moving the ball, and defensively, they just fly around the court.
Steph Curry knocked down that three, and he's not finished. Rushes up the court, pulls it,
Come on, man.
and
That
nails
should be
it.
illegal.
Come on, man.
Golden State's up now, surprise, surprise, 33-29 with that bucket. Darius Garland.
Back at you.
He didn't know that
young
was
fella.
traveling, double dribble.
Kevin Love
There we
still
go.
available.
Shout out Lever. Oh, boy, he missed that. Dang it.
All right,
See the
well, he
highlight.
followed it up, though.
Second half action. He's going to get a chance to redeem himself.
There we go.
Kevin Love knocks down the three ball.
Gonna be playing a little bit now with Mobley out,
Look,
right?
got his legs. Go. Oh, the little side stay, been working on it. They go get out, Lever, man.
He gonna go like Fisher say in Pittsburgh, run down the court, raise his shirt, say, trade me. Send me to a contender.
Oh, listen, look, we're not going to talk about that. I'm pretty sure you already did that.
Ricky Rubio hits the three. Fourth quarter, Curry
no.
takes over.
This game was close for a long time, but not when this man is shooting the basketball and finishing like that.
36-8, the Warriors outscored them.
He put that pity pat on him.
I put the pity pat step on him, and now you know it's over with that.
There is your final. Curry had 20 points in the fourth quarter, gentlemen.
Come on.
40 total, 9 for 16 from three, and then just 6 assists, just to remind you that he can do that too. Steph Curry continuing to amaze us. Whew. Let's listen to Steph from after the game.
It was an emotional roller coaster a little bit for those first 3 quarters. But all that we've done over these first 15 games allowed us to believe that we could have a quarter like that where they score 8 points. Like, if you don't have that belief and that confidence in yourself, then, you know, that quarter doesn't happen. And we've established that. It just took us a little longer to find it.
Here's a little tweet from StatMuse. There is only one player in NBA history with 10 or more games with 9 or more threes, and it's Steph with 37. No other player is in the 10 to 36 range.
Yeah, this is
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah,
He's alone.
There's no discussion.
Channing knows because he had a 9 3-point.
I had one. He has 37.
Hey, that's something, though.
I had one. It was
Plenty of
on
people
Kevin
who've had
Love,
none.
too.
The fact that nobody else has 10. I know Harden
Right.
has 9, a
Yeah.
couple other guys, but that is an amazing stat.
It's unbelievable.
And you know what else is incredible? The fact that, and this is something I try to explain to people that they don't have an appreciation. He took 16. You know how hard it is to get 16 threes in an NBA game? To shoot 16.
By yourself.
By yourself. Just to get up 16 threes in a game is incredible. The amount of energy he has to expend to be able to create those opportunities is just mind-boggling.
But he's also not just running around like a Reggie or a JJ Redick or a Corver. He's doing this off screens, off pin downs, off curls, off the dribble, right? And this is the thing that I think makes him almost unguardable, is when he is willingly going in there and getting layups and attacking the rack and going downhill. It's unguardable to guard them because their bench is better this year. And when he pity pats you, start the bus.
Pity pat, you ain't got a chance.
Look, he
You throw
threw it
that
by
pity
by.
pat. The pity pat will get you every time. I'm telling you.
Steph Curry continues to impress. There's really nothing you can do to stop him when he gets hot like that. And this is now consecutive games. It's not just one hot one.
No, well, it's consecutive years.
How about that?
I mean, he's
I
been
stand
doing
corrected.
this for a while. This guy's amazing.
So, quick question. Do you guys think he came out this way to prove a point? Because remember how he ended the year last year. And he thought he deserved to be at least considered greater in the MVP conversation. Now he's coming out like, okay, remember me?
Yeah, well, I think the thing that hurt him wasn't his statistical impact. I mean, he was still great. The reality is, though, as it should be, the MVP is supposed to be about the real value is in winning. And so in order to get that MVP, you've got to be able to elevate a team to a level. It's not that you have to have the best record, but your team has to be in that conversation, I believe, unless you do something historical like Russ did when he won the MVP and averaged a triple-double.
I think for me, freedom of mind is the most dangerous thing, right? So all these guys, if you look how many players they played and you look at their bench, right? And, most days plus minus doesn't count. But you're looking at Valencia got 22, like plus 22, Otto Porter Jr. plus 24, right? Damian Lee plus 30. So guys coming off the bench are providing them with what they need, both defensively and offensively. So if he gets double teamed, bow, let me give it to a guy and make a good shot. When he gets double teamed on a curl with Draymond, he catches it, and he gets double teamed because now he's the roller. He can kick out to guys. So people have to play him straight up. You cannot play Steph Curry straight up, and now you can't double team him because they have willing shooters and willing passers.
It's a problem, and it's still early, as we all keep saying. So scary. Look out, because Klay Thompson has been cleared for 5-on-5, so he's on his way back.
Whoa.
Let's check out the Wizards and Heat.
Team and their culture is going to be what helps them win games that maybe they shouldn't.
Why was one of the Utah Jazz owners at the Heat game?
I see what you did there. They better look out. No tampering. They don't want any tampering. Miami Heat wins it 112-97. And you talked about Bam Adebayo. His 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists made it worthy of a post-game conversation.
Loss for the Denver Nuggets.
And that is it for the game. Final score 103-89. Philadelphia 76ers win it. Pull away quite easily. There was a little bit of drama there when Michael Malone got ejected. Tyrese Maxey, 22 points, 9 for 15 from the field. Steph Curry with 20. Tobias Harris with 17. No surprise, basically, who led the way for Philly. Glad you guys are here with us for Game Time. I'm Stephanie Reddy, Greg Anthony, Channing Frye. Can I come to you first, Channing, because we talked quite a bit about Jokic. I want to start with Philly first, though. Okay? We didn't know what Philadelphia team we were going to see. We knew they were down bodies. We also know, though, that Doc Rivers has a way of making something out of nothing.
Totally. I think they came out like a desperate team, and they played like, the most dangerous animal is one with their back against the wall. And so this team came out, and I think if you look at their scoring, they were just making the right plays. And sometimes when you're down big, you can't expect somebody to just take over who Joel Embiid is. You got to have everybody as a team get better and raise their level. They didn't turn the ball over. They were intense defensively, and when they got the lead, they just started to build on it. It wasn't like, somebody went off for 50. It was like a little bit of this guy, a little bit of that guy. Now we're up 8. Now we're down 14, and it puts a lot of pressure on Denver's offense, especially when Jokic had that great first quarter, solid second quarter, and then just kind of shut down in the third quarter. And so for me, we have to give all the credit to Philly for sticking to their game plan and say, hey, we're going to win this as a team. We don't have a superstar out there right now, but what we do have is who we are as a team, what we hold each other accountable for in our culture, and these guys played a good game.
That's huge. You talk about culture. So, GA, I'm curious, when you see a game like this, when Denver is expected to win quite easily and we see the opposite, is it cause for alarm or is it a good learning situation?
Yeah, you know what? It's life in the NBA, to be honest with you. And this was about Philly being a desperate team, to Channing's point. And sometimes even though you're trying, you just don't have the same level of intensity. And also the fact that this team is really struggling. And so sometimes they come out, their energy is such that you can't match. And as good as Barton and Jokic were, nobody else really did much. Nobody else really provided something to give them the feeling that we could win the game. And some of that was because Philly didn't allow. Philly didn't turn the ball over. They made 11 threes. They shot with a high percentage. And they played literally downhill that whole game, where their offense, the first play of the game, they came out, and you could see their quickness was a notch above where Denver's was. And even though Jokic was incredible in that first half, they just couldn't match it. And that's a credit to Doc Rivers and his crew to get those guys to go out there. They got 3 guys right now with how well Maxey's playing and Curry and Tobias. And then they also have a culture of winning. Like, they go into games, even though they've been struggling, expecting to
Right.
win. They like, hey, if we do X, Y, Z, we're going to have a chance to win tonight. And
Right.
that's a mindset that's been instilled in Philly, and that's what winning's about. You know, it's the next man up mentality, and those guys stepped up, and when they were desperate, and they delivered, and that was a huge win for them.
Certainly, and part of those variables, XYZ, is defense. So they've believed in that from the very beginning. Always makes a big difference. A team that's been playing great on both sides, offense and defense, the Golden State Warriors. So we'll talk about them a little bit. There are 6 games happening around the NBA. Steph Curry continues
That's not
his
fair.
hot streak. It's really not.
With that little pity pat. Pity pat pat.